I am not Sith. I do not share their blood. Yet, in the time since we arrived among these savage people, we have become their rulers. For the Force strong must ever seek power. We have adopted their titles, their dress, and their traditions. We are no longer Jedi expelled from the Republic's smothering embrace. We are Gen Jedi, Lords of the Sith. We arrived here after the 100-year war that nearly toppled the Jedi Order. So confident in their triumph, the Jedi did not execute us. With lightsaber points at our backs, they marched us above the galleon that would take us into exile, outside the Republic's borders. There were 12 of us. Ajunta Pall, High General and our leader. Zoksan, Commander of the Black Legions. Baron Drapa, a Fleet Admiral. Karness Moore with her battle meditation. And I, Sorzus Syn, grower of living weapons and biological plagues, and founder of the Sith Code. The war had raged for a century between the Jedi Council, with its petrified orthodoxy, and those who wished to topple it. After escaping Tython, we put together an army of dark side abominations, including several of my personal creations. For years we fought, both sides losing more than they gained. But then, the 100-year darkness came to a screeching halt at the Battle of Korbos. Outnumbered and all but defeated, we fought on with the strength and passion of a wounded Rancor. Ajunta Pall himself slew a dozen Jedi before the battle's end, and for a moment, victory seemed plausible, but a cowardly wave of orbital bombing crushed those hopes, and I, along with the other Dark Jedi, were brought before the Jedi Council in chains. Our punishment for high treason was to be banished into uncharted space, but our flight into the unknown was not without direction. For years I gathered information, searching for proof that the kingdom of Sith purebloods, existed. My beliefs have been vindicated. What lies before us now is a limitless pool of steadfast warriors and an untapped wealth of knowledge about the dark side of the Force. But while Korbos was the last battle of the 100-year darkness, the conflict began far before that with the first Great Schism. Historians squabble over how many such splits have occurred within Jedi ranks. I care not for the exact number. But with each one, the Jedi Council's stranglehold on the ways of the Force have weakened. The 100-year darkness was a spectacular, yet very predictable revolt against Jedi complacency. The Order had not evolved in nearly 20 millennia. Even after its first founding on Tython, its most curious members realized the failings of their teachers, and so began the first Great Schism. In those days, a Kashmir outsider named Zendor inspired several Jedi to question the light side, or the Ashla as they called it. They discovered the use of the dark side, or Bogan, and unlocked the shackles their Jedi masters had placed on the Force. Zendor's followers became his acolytes, or the legions of Leto. Of course, the Jedi fought. They fought with desperation, against a future in which they had no authority. Today, history paints Zendor as a villain, and he and his followers perished in the Battle of Clumis. But that was not the tragedy of the First Great Schism. The tragedy was that the Jedi learned nothing. They could have embraced the dark side and become the central power of the universe. Instead, they returned to their traditions and alienated their most gifted members. We exiles are the heirs to Zendor's bold heresy. After our exile, I guided our creaking galleon through the hyperspace breakwater known as the Stygian Caldera, which could have not been accomplished without command of the Force. For this reason, the Sith Empire could stay hidden for millennia to come. We touch down on Korriban, the world that screams the loudest for those that can hear the dark side's voice. It is on Korriban that the Sith purebloods began. It is here that they often return to death. We stepped out of the cramped reek of our interstellar prison into the light of an unfamiliar sun. Massive tombs carved from the planet's stone surrounded us. The sand was littered with the bones of 1,000 kings. The Sith greeted us. Despite our obvious superior powers, we were not hailed as gods when we first arrived. It took weeks for us to understand the power structure of their culture, to undermine it, and to annihilate the current king. A Junta Paul beheaded their ruler and claimed the throne as the blood heir to the ancestral King Adas. We became his shadow hands. From that time on, I made it my goal to understand the Sith, discovering the Sith throne world of Ziost in the process. It is there that we erected palaces to rule as Sith lords. As we soon discovered, the Sith respect power, and they are content to serve us. We rule the Sith. Here, we will build a sovereignty of the dark side to overcome millennia of injustice. The Sith Code. A single, unifying code can be derived from Sith philosophy. The Jedi have a code, and we exiles know it well. But we also know it is full of half-truths and inadequacies. The Sith purebloods require no mantra to remind them how to live. They simply take what they can, kill what they don't need, and use everything to its fullest. They are ruled by the fittest, and are a model of what the dark side can achieve. There is knowledge to be gained from their example. It is plain that fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hatred to power, and power to victory. Rage channeled through anger is unstoppable. The Jedi Code confines its adherents. Peace, serenity, and harmony are restatements of the same thing, the passive acceptance of limitations. The Jedi encourage this. But passion will always defeat peace. As we build our empire here on Ziost, our successors will hold true to the Sith Code. Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me.